What's up? Live. So nobody else was live, so I thought, what the heck? I'll be the one. I don't know what the heck's up with this fan. I had this fan off for a couple days since I got my AC fixed. I haven't really needed the fan on, and then when I turned it on, it's noisy as heck. So it must be those bearings going. And I don't know. If it keeps being annoying, I'm going to turn it off. What's up, JDS? There's Pepper Dog. What are you doing, Pepper Dog? Scaring the AC guy. Huh. Didn't you? You almost gave that AC guy a heart attack. Accidentally, when I opened up the door, I accidentally, for the first time ever, she beat me out the door. And the AC guy specifically said, "Lock up your dog. I'm afraid of dogs. I've been bit too many times." So here my pit bull comes flying at this guy. Totally gave him a heart attack, but she didn't do anything. She's just a big baby. She wouldn't do anything. She's just excited. What's up, Lisa? What's up, Dave? I don't know. Can you guys hear that? Because it felt like it was like really silent in here. And then I turned that fan on, and holy crap, that's all I can hear. Heck yeah, man. Chicken tacos. Hell yeah. Well, you got to have hot sauce, just about everything, but homemade tacos, that's awesome. Or homemade chicken tacos. When am I coming back to Canada? I don't know. I just left there. I just was there 2 months ago, like almost exactly. Like I got back almost 2 months ago. I got back the 30th of April, I think. And I was there for 8 days. So I was there Tuesday to Tuesday. So, but where in Canada? That's like saying you're going to America. Like, well, kind of doesn't matter unless where are you going, because it's so big. You could be like, I'm going to California. Well, that's nothing like New York, or nothing close to New York either. But yes, I was dead. Where's my maps at? I usually keep Google Maps up. Yeah, I went dead center of the country to Winnipeg. I went there specifically so I can go when I listen to the Weaker Than song, One Great City. It's all about how they hate Winnipeg. I can sing along with it because I've been there. Okay, that's quieting down a little. I figured it would. A little warm. Or a little heat, that is. What's up, Schaller? Oh, you're in Ottawa? Oh, yeah, Ottawa's like way far from where I was. Because I was in Winnipeg. You're like directly north of me. Like I'm in North Carolina, but you're like directly north of me. But I had to go way out there. What's up, Eric? If anybody wants in, I didn't even bother. I asked a couple people if they wanted to go live, and everybody, they were all people I was live with last night, and probably the night before, and the night before, and the night before that, and the night before that, and the night before that. I don't know. I've been live for like over 2 months running now, every single night. But I asked a couple people. They said they were partied out after last night. I guess we were live, I don't know, like, I think I was live from like 2 in the afternoon until like 6 in the morning or 6:30 in the morning or something. What time did I go to bed? I can always check because people I talk to will send me messages and then I'll just stop talking. Where was it? What, 7? No, at 6 o'clock. Okay, there we go. I was gonna say, I thought it said 8 o'clock. They're like, geez, oh man. They're having a couple really late nights though. The kind of late night where like you're up all night, and then the next thing you know, it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and you're like, man, we should shut down this damn live stream and probably delete it too. Okay, so Lisa's 45 minutes outside of Ottawa. Gotcha. MHP Gardner. I think I want to say I was subscribed to that guy. Yeah, I think like for a while I had no videos up, but I guess he's back. Cool. That's awesome. What's up, Andre? Didn't even see him in there. But yeah, Eric, JDS, Schaller, any of you guys want to hop on, just hit me up on Hangouts and I'll send you the link. I can't remember if I watched MHP Gardner. I'm pretty sure I'm subscribed to him. I'm pretty sure he's one of those ones where every time his videos come out, I'm like, kind of like growingyourgreens.com, John Kohler, and what the heck's his name? He just put a video out today. What the heck's his name? Well, Learn to Grow. I haven't watched one of her videos in a long time. Who am I thinking of? Well, here's a list of all the videos I didn't get to today. I had one from Homegrown Veg. M.I. Gardner had one. New Orleans Gardner. Challenge accepted. Doing a 2-liter of beer. Chugging a 2-liter of beer in, I guess, 4 minutes and 18 seconds, because that's how long the video is. I missed that. And instead of watching these videos, I was like, let me just hit the live button instead. Hydroponic gardening. Who am I thinking of? Wait, did anybody say it in the chat? Yeah, I remember MHP Gardner. Oh, does that work? Get more views if you put it on the front page of your channel? I don't even know how many views my channel gets. See, Simply Garden had a video today. But who the heck am I thinking of? Okay. Whoa, Jesus, man. Scrolling through my own feed and I see my own stupid face on a live stream. Obviously not my live stream because they don't show up in my subscriptions. Oh, maybe they didn't just put out a video then. I guess they didn't. Oh, there he is right there. MHP Gardner. Yeah, I'm subscribed to him. He put out a video a day ago. Big Beef Tomatoes 2019. There's another one I missed. There's another live stream I was on. What? Well, there's Daddy Curb's Garden, and well, I guess it was M.I. Gardner was one I was thinking of, and no. Well, the Rustic Garden guy, and oh, what the heck is his name? Now it's channel one completely out of my head. But what are y'all up to? Maybe if you guys keep talking, I'll think of it. It's the guy with the little dog and the garden in his one room. He's got like weird plants that I would never grow. And he's a very good gardener. That's Praxis. Man, I was totally blanking on that. Spring Hill Farms, American Homestead. Got a lot of freaking. What else is on here then? I've been missing all them. 50 Shades of Green. I haven't seen one of his videos in a while. Anyway. He keeps telling me Hangouts on Air is live. Hangouts on Air is going away August 1st. For quick streaming, try youtube.com/webcam. I did try it. I didn't like it. And I don't think you can add people, which is the whole part of Hangouts that's cool. Yeah, should have clicked on his channel. He's right back here, right? I'm still. Wasn't it below that? Yeah, right there. Yeah, when was this last one? 2 years ago. Jeez, oh man. That's crazy. So it took him 2 years to put up a video. Wow, actually. Like he has a lot of videos. 2 years, 4 years, 3 years, 4 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 6 years, 6 years, 7. Yeah, that's not a very lot amount of a lot of videos, but it works. So what are you doing, Pepper Dog? Why are you wandering into the kitchen? I don't know. She has a hungry look on her face. I don't have any FUD in there, but she'd find something. Oh, you gotta go out. Yeah. Hang on a second. I've been a little bit since we let her outside. Whoopsies. It's been dark since what, 8:30, and I didn't turn the light on, so she hasn't been out since at least before 8:30. There we go. What time is it here? I imagine it's the same time where you're at too. It's 11:48. Yeah, you should be in the same time zone as me. Yeah, because Indiana's in the same time zone as me. But always doing the late live streams. I normally like to start them a little bit earlier than this and then go late, but I was waiting for somebody else to go live so I could just hop on their live stream tonight. Nobody was going live, so I said, screw it. Fire it up. Fire up the live machine. Make it happen. What's this dog doing? I think she's out frolicking still. So what are you doing, Eric? Yeah, I try to catch Ray's live streams. He used to do them right before mine on Mondays. He was like the pre-show to my live stream. That's what he would always say. So that was a while ago. And then he changed to Tuesdays, and then he was back to Mondays, and then he was Tuesdays again. And I guess now he's Tuesdays and possibly Sundays. Eric is kicking back. Me too, but oddly enough, when you've been on YouTube this long, this is how you kick back. I'll just go live for a little while. Just turn on the camera, drop Peppa Pig in the mic. Peppa Pig. Gotta keep that mic up there a little bit because I can't see the chat. What day is this? Tuesday. Maybe that's why everybody's like drying out. Yeah, that's what I was just reading. It says at the top corner of my screen right now that this Hangout on Air is live. Hangouts on Air is going away August 1st. For quick streaming, try youtube.com/webcam. So I guess I'll have to be trying it with webcam. But I guess I should have did that tonight, but what the heck. I'll probably be live again tomorrow. Where's this dog at? She's out there barking at something. I did, I was like refreshing all of my, well, not all of mine, I guess all of my subscriptions, but I was refreshing subscriptions on YouTube and I saw somebody was popped up with a live stream that was going to start in a little bit. I was like, all right, sweet, we're going to have a live stream. And then I realized it's this active self-protection guy. I don't even like watching his videos. And if you have ever seen his videos, it's the cover your asp guy, as an ASP, active self-protection. Hang on, let me see if she'll come in. Come on. Get in here, Goofy. Just out there barking at things. Who are you barking at? Huh? Was there deer? Did you see some deer? Was there a raccoon or something? Possum? A mouse? Anything? You were just barking? Sounds like me. Just always saying things, just not really ever, like always talking, but not ever really saying anything. Oh, nice. Yeah, Wiggle Wire. I never used the channels. I just did wood frame PVC pipes for the roof for the tunnel itself, and then put the top on it, and then held it down, screwed it right into the wood with furring strips. Just put a screw like every 8 inches, something like that, on a piece of what is it? Furring strip is what it's called. It's just like it's 1/4 inch thick or something like that, and it's like I think 1.5 inches wide. 1.5 inches wide? Am I thinking about that right? Yeah, about 1.5 inches wide, or maybe it's 1.25 inches wide. I don't know. But you just pull your sheet down and just put the furring strip right. Well, pre-drill your holes so you don't crack it, and then you just put your furring strip right up against the 2x4 frame of the wood frame part, and just screw your screws right into the holes. You drill it into the furring strip, and they screw right into the thing. Bang, holds it. It'll actually. I can prove this on a bunch of my videos. You can go back and look. Just look like greenhouse roof replacement. You'll see how bad I've gotten my roof before. And that sucker will split the whole thing open in the center and like drape the whole thing over the side before it rips it out of the furring strips. And that's in a hurricane. Well, technically that was in a hurricane with no sides on the greenhouse. Like the bottom part, I didn't put not screens, no wire or cover around the whole bottom. So technically it was acting like a sail, and the wind would go up underneath and just get caught right up in there. And all you have to do is get that one little tiny rip, and then your entire roof's gone. But I was gonna do an A-frame on it instead of like the PVC hoops. I was gonna, because I have a center line in there, like a roof line type thing. And what I wanted to do was do A-frames off of there to the wood frame, because it's a wood square technically, and I just wanted to have it like, you know, an A-frame. I thought that would be pretty cool, because then you could put furring strips up on each one of those A's on the outside, and then if your roof rips, it should only be a small section that you have to replace instead of the entire roof, which has been my problem the entire time. But I'd have to buy a bunch of furring strips. I think I have all the 2x4s to do it. I just need to break out the saw. I think I need screws too. I think that was one of my problems. I need screws, and I need more furring strips. But yeah, I thought of different ways to try to do it, where you do like that instead of an A-frame, which would, you know, obviously be like this. So just take the one side instead of like it just being an A. I thought about it like making it like one of these type things or whatever, like that before it hits the frame. But the A is just so much easier. No, it's not true. You can unroll, because that's one thing I did. Because I would, on the sides, I just put like, you know, the plastic up and then furring strips all the way down on the 2x4s, and I think on the bottom too or something. No, I think I didn't even do the bottoms. But what you could do is just take the furring strips off, and then you can just roll that stuff up. And I put screen behind it too. I did it on certain areas, like the one back corner, the back window, or well, I've made windows in the back of it, and like the whole screen door or the whole door to get in. I made that one so you could just peel that sucker back and roll it up. And then that way, which it's not a very good idea. You're better off just removing it and like putting it in a garage, because the sunlight totally kills the crap that I'm using. If you had like real greenhouse material, then that'd be one thing. But the stuff I'm using is just go to, what is it? 3 mil, 6 mil? 6 mil? Is that millimeters? Because this hole in my ear is 16 millimeters. But I can't remember what it's the highest mil plastic that they have in a 100-foot roll at the local box store, and it claims that it's clear, and you get it and it's gray. It's the weirdest thing. What's up, Jake Kurt? Nice. What the heck is the NCRA? I don't know what that is. 20 by 40. Nice. Mine's, what is it? 12 by 24 by 10. Wait, 12 by 24? Yeah, because they're 12-foot boards. I guess it's a little bit bigger than 24. Or no, I made it exactly 24. I was thinking, because I put 4x4 posts in there too. That's what the corners are. Dug them into the ground and washed them down and everything. Nice. 6 mil. Yeah, this stuff I use, like, you can, that stuff's really, really strong. until you leave it out in the sun for like, well, a good summer. You leave it in the sun for a good summer, and that stuff just eventually just starts breaking down. And it's not like it actually rips or anything. It's just the potential for it. It gets bigger, and then next thing you know, once it happens once, that's it. What's up, Sal? What's up, Hulk? Huh. No, I've never seen a government grant to get a greenhouse. That's pretty cool. Wish I'd have looked into that before I built my greenhouse. Or maybe I just tell them I don't have a greenhouse and then like go get the grant and then just do upgrades to my greenhouse. Make it twice as big, twice as wide, an actual roof that's good. Sides. And I don't know what that is. NCR. Oh, wait. That's right. You're in North Carolina, aren't you? So what is that, like North Carolina Resource? Something? What's up, Beth? It's late and there's a live stream going on, so you know I'm on it, Beth. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't go live the other way. That would have been so much better. Well, not better. That would have been more of a challenge, so that's better. I don't know. Yeah, you can say dumb things. All right, you're in Texas. Huh. Gotcha. There you go, everybody. Look that up. Look up that federal program. See if you can get a grant to make a greenhouse, man. That would be awesome. As long as you got some land, then you're good to go. Or a landlord that's cool. You never know. You might maybe the landlord will let you put up a high tunnel, like if you leave it there when you move out or something like that. I don't know. Or maybe you just take it with you when you leave. Just don't even tell them you got it. See, I'm not growing in ground though. Yeah, everything in nothing in my greenhouse is grown in the ground. It's all aquaponics, and then if I would have got my peppers out there, that would have been hydroponics. But that's in containers, so yeah, I don't have anything. I'd have to like extend the greenhouse a little bit over that gigantic rosemary bush that's right next to my greenhouse. Every night is a good night. Some better than others. I don't remember if last night was a good night or not. There's not a lot of stuff I remember about last night. I just remember there's a lot of stuff going on. Oh, nice. That'll work. Nice. Yeah, Susie was there. I remember talking to Susie at least. Yeah, there was. Whew. What was up last night, man? I think I was on 6 live streams yesterday. I think. I can't even remember. I just remember I started at 2 in the afternoon, and I think I was live until 6 in the morning or something. I don't know. It was a long time. Oh, nice. You feeling any better, Susie? You want to hop on? I can send you the link. Yeah, Schuller. I think it was 6 live streams. I don't know. I started my own, like, playing Grand Theft Auto at like 2 in the afternoon. I remember that. So, of course, I had a can with me, and then, I don't know, I just kept drinking cans, and I don't know, like, next thing I know, I was on my own live stream. I left the live stream at one point to go start my own live stream, and then I came back to the live stream when it's over. I don't know, man. Dang, 300-pound a week of lettuce. That's some good aquaponics. Well, they do produce lettuce very, very good. That was the first 2 things I ever did aquaponics. 3 things was lettuce, strawberries, and jalapenos. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the birds were. I don't even know. I don't even think I remember if the birds were chirping when I went to sleep this morning. I have no clue. Damn, that sucks, Susie. Hope you're feeling better then. I hope it wasn't last night. That's why you feel bad today. I guess I'm not really feeling the greatest today. I've been drinking my cans very slowly. I think I've had 4 since like 6 o'clock or something. I don't know. I'm going really, really slow tonight. Oops. Can't type either. I have a voicemail. I don't even know why I have a voicemail on my phone. Hope it's not bad. Hope it's not something from last night. You son of a bitch, I can't believe you were saying whatever the heck. I don't know. Normally I keep it under control. I always count the amount of cans I have left. There's times I'm like, wait, did I go to the store yesterday and buy a case? Because if I did, probably shouldn't have a night like last night again. Oh, can's broken. I'm pretty sure I forgot to eat yesterday, too. Well, that's never good. Love him or hate him, the best advice you'll ever get from Doug Stanhope is before you start drink, because he's a notorious drunk, he's a comedian, but he says before you start drinking, you always eat first. And that's from a professional drunk. Hey! Careful over there. It's like trying to rearrange the pillows and like knocking into my monitor. And just lay down. Pepper Dog, lay down. Looks like she's trying to kick the PlayStation 3 off the couch. I don't even know why it's still on the couch. Would you just lay down? Thank you. Woo. What's up, Cobra? Oh, man, I was freaking hammered last night, too. It was all because I started too early, man. I started at like 2 in the afternoon. Ooh. Yeah, I have had those nights where like it's one of those all night with Blumberg nights because oh my god, I always get hammered when I'm with Blumberg. But it was even worse last summer when I was like only drinking liquor. Holy crap. That was like some of the worst ideas I've ever had. I'm like, geez, oh man. Like doing starting live streams at like 4 or 5 in the morning and like making them go until like 1 or 2. And man. But yeah, and I did such stupid things when I was drinking all the liquor, man, which I got some liquor, but I was doing stupid, like doing those live streams with freaking Blumberg, calling Susie up in the middle of the morning while she's trying to sleep and stuff. Yeah, that's when I told myself, like, I'm pretty much not allowed to be drinking liquor. So what did I do? I went and now I have 3 bottles of liquor in the cupboard. But I haven't touched it. So. Dude, if you had any idea, Cobra, how many times I say I'll ban you throughout the day, man. I say that to my dog. Like, if you don't go outside, I'll ban you. Like, I say that all the time. I like everything that everybody I go live with says. I have now been saying, like, anytime you need to drink a beer, you're sending it. Always cheers. I'll ban you. Cans. Like just everything everybody else says. Like I totally just borrow their vernacular. I mean, it's the same thing as like, you know, I was around so many Canadians that I say "a" all the time, and I say "about" all the time too. Like, I especially to my dog. If she's barking, I always say, "What are you barking about?" That's a lot of stuff. And lucky for me, when I'm on King Cobra's stream, I like cans better than bottles. So. I was not trying. Yeah. Trying to smoke. So what's going on in everybody's world tonight? Got 12:12 here. Where Susie's at, it's 11:12 or 11:13, I guess now. I guess that's the same as Matt, Space City Peppers, because he's in Texas. What's up, Power Girl Nation? Cobra would be with me because he's in Indiana, so it's 12:13 there. Eric's with me too, and so is Beth. Schaller, you're in Illinois, right? So you would be 11:13, right? Or are you in Indiana and you just went to Chicago for the thing? No, you're in Illinois. Because it's like you, Dave, and Brando, and are all the people that are right around Chicago, right? Power Girl, what's up? 12:13. Approximately where you at, Power Girl? You don't have to tell me like the exact town or anything like that, but what's the biggest city closest to you? Well, I shouldn't say that because I don't even have a big city close to me. Closest city to me is like when I went to the airport to go to Canada, the closest city is an hour. Well, technically like 2 hours. I think it's like an hour and a half or something like that. I don't know why. Power Girl, you're in North Carolina too. That's where I'm at. I'm all the way on the East Coast. All the way, as far as you can go. I live on the sandbar. Now, check this out, Matt. Okay, I wasn't making things up. So Scheller is in Chicago. Okay. I thought so, but as soon as I said it, I was like, wait, are you from Indiana for some reason? And just drove over? But no, that's right. I try to pride myself on remembering where everybody is from. I just think it's really neat knowing, too. Like, every time Susie's in the chat, I'm like, wow, like, there's another country, you know? Like, it's a different country that's hanging out. And then every time Scheller's in the chat, I think the same thing, because Chicago is like a foreign country. No, I'm just... So where are you at, Power Girl? East side? West side? Because North Carolina is gigantic. I've had people tell me, like, oh, man, I live, like, right next to you. And I'm like, no way. Like, you live right next to me? And they're like, yeah. And then they tell me where they live. And I'm like, you're 10 hours away from me. Like, literally on the opposite side of the entire state. You'll be like, oh, I live in Asheville. I'm like, yeah. I've been through Asheville. It took a long time to get there, too. Although it didn't seem like a long time because I wasn't driving through North Carolina. I was driving across the country to Oklahoma, Colorado, Oklahoma. Or no, I flew to Oklahoma once. Yeah, so I guess, yeah, when I bought this truck, I didn't even own it. And I drove it to Oklahoma. I didn't even get it put in my name yet. I had to use the guy who sold it to me's license plate and registration. Just keep it under the speed limit. Thanks, Power Girl. Yep. Feel like hitting one of those thumbs buttons down below, go for it. Whatever makes you feel the happiest. See, Power Girl's west side, so it could be like 10 hours difference between me and Power Girl, yet we're in the same state. In the same time zone. Yeah, I think it's right after you get out of North Carolina is the line. Like right when you get into Tennessee. Or no, maybe it's right into Tennessee a little bit. Because just south of Nashville, Tennessee is Blumberg. And he's a different time zone than me. Where's he at? He's in Franklin. Where? Wait, zoom in. Yeah, I've been right through Nashville. Yep. Went right through Knoxville, right through Nashville, right through Memphis. And I saw the Memphis Pyramid, which is a video on my channel. If you've never seen the Memphis Pyramid, go check that out and look up like the legend and lore behind that. That's a good story. Then I got a picture of it over here. I got this book called Mysterious Monuments, which is pretty cool. But as you're going through Memphis, yeah, I believe it's on the side. Yeah, when you're going east to west, it's on the east side of the river, and it's right next to the river. So while you're going across the bridge, you can see this giant pyramid, and it's made out of like glass. Like it just looks like a big glass pyramid, and it's pretty weird. And the weird story behind it is, I read it in this Mysterious Monuments book, is the legend behind it. The guy who owned Hard Rock Cafe built it, and apparently before he built it, he went to Memphis, Egypt, and went to the the Great Pyramid, and bribed a guard and got into the King's Chamber. I don't know what the hell those chambers are, but the King's Chamber in the Great Pyramid. And according to lore, he, at midnight, just like Aleister Crowley, he did the same thing. But at midnight, they call it Black Sunshine. And that, just like the White Zombie song. But it's called Black Sunshine. It's just like this thing that comes to you, and like, I don't know, like they interpret it as God and stuff like that. But anyway, whatever came to him told him that he should go to the sister city of Memphis in America and build a replica of the pyramid. And so that's why he did it. And then while they were building it, like a bunch of the workers kept complaining, I don't know, saying something about, I don't want to say complaining, but they kept saying things about how within the pyramid there are, there's a chest with a bunch of, how did they put it? With a bunch of heads? With a bunch of skulls? I can't remember which way they put it. And like word got around so much that I think it was the mayor of Memphis or something like that, or whatever. It was some like law official that's in Memphis wanted to get to the bottom of it. So he sent people in to like search the entire thing. And at the very top, they found a little box tack welded to the frame of the pyramid. And when he took it down and opened it up, there was a bunch of like crystal skulls in it. Like, you know, obviously like crystal, like someone just handmade skulls, but you know, I don't know. I thought that was a pretty weird story. Chicago is Little Iraq. I've heard that a bunch of different times too. That's funny. Is anybody else a map junkie? Like I always have Google Maps up on one of my monitors, just usually this one. So while I'm live, I can look at it just so I can know like where everybody is approximately. Like I can see where Shawler's at in Chicago and Susie in Winnipeg, and Lisa that was here before was about 45 minutes outside of Ottawa. I think Ottawa, yeah, I think just outside of Ottawa is where Tim lives too, Troll Forge / Troll Farm. I think, yeah, Cobra, aren't you in Indianapolis? Well, you're Indiana, no matter what. Eric's Indiana too. It just fascinates me, like how we're all so close yet so far away. I don't know. That's neat. I've always loved maps. Sweet. Yeah, I thought he was in Indianapolis. See, the weirdest thing is I'm one of those people that I suck in real life. If you meet me, I will never remember your name. I'll remember your face. Never remember your name. I'll remember things about you. But your name, it's like the farthest thing from me. Like I've tried all those exercises. Like when you meet somebody, try to use their name like 8 times in a, you know, through the course of the conversation of when you meet them and stuff like that. I've tried all that stuff. Nothing works. I do live streaming. I remember everybody's name. I remember where they're from. I remember like all like crazy details, like, you know, what their favorite drinks are, you know, just all kind of crazy stuff. Can't believe it. And it's almost like a knock to Dunbar syndrome. I don't know if you know what that is, but Dunbar syndrome, I think it's, I can't remember. I'm going to look it up. That way I can say the correct information. But your mind is only allowed to remember so many names because I guess we're supposed to be like a tribe. So like, I think it's like 150 people or something like that, but you're only supposed to remember like 150 faces and names and stuff like that because we're supposed to be a small tribe that all works together, you know, for the betterment of all or whatever, you know, I don't call it a commune or whatever, but you know, we were always like small tribes. So that's why the number is so low. But I wonder if like using the internet, yeah, it's a good thing. I wonder if they've tested it. So before, like, let's just say 85, Dunbar's number was correct. I wonder if it's gone up any since everybody's using the internet more and there's so many more faces and names and all that stuff. I wonder if it's actually gone up. But let me look it up. Let me see how, oops. Dumbass. No. What the heck? Isn't it? Oh, okay, I thought I had it right. I kept typing and typing. It wasn't coming up. What? No, that's not it. No, wait. I think it was Dunbar's number or something like that. Let's try. Whoops. Oh, man. Did you mean Dunbar's number? 105th. Wait. Oh, it is proposed to lie between 100 and 250 with a commonly used value of 150. So they're saying that, like, I guess you can remember like 250 people and their faces and stuff like that, like 100 to 250, but most people are about 150. Wait, here. Ugh. Dunbar's number states the number of people one knows and keeps social contact with, and it does not include the number of people known personally with a ceased social relationship, nor people just generally known in lack of persistent social relationship, a number of which might be higher and likely because depends on long-term memory size. Okay. That was a lot of words for nothing. All right, we're done with this. See, you learned something. Tune into a live stream. Didn't think you'd be learning anything from listening to me, huh? Unless it's about like growing something. That's usually just because I'm repeating good growers' information. Huh. Google just updated satellite imaging. I haven't even checked that out. I usually just keep Google Maps just because I like just straight up map. I don't want to see texture. I don't want to see the mountains. Like, I don't mind like seeing the topography in the background of the map, but I want to see just states. Well, I guess, and provinces, because I also have Mexico on here, and I have half of Mexico and half of Canada. It's the only part I need to know anyway, because everybody I know in Canada is either Montreal, Ottawa. I think there's somebody in Quebec, Winnipeg. Oh, wait, no, I got to scroll up because I can't see. Where's Alberta Pepper from? See, Edmonton, I think. And JT used to be from out by Vancouverish, somewhere in BC. Isn't there somebody I knew from Saskatoon? I remember hearing that and thinking, really? No. It was somebody I was talking to was from Regina. That's in Saskatchewan for my American viewers. Which, funny enough, my dad's been there. He went bear hunting there, I think for his honeymoon. All right, honey, we're hitched. Let's go bear hunting. Let's go kill a bear. And I think, maybe he used a rifle. I was going to say, I think he used a bow. Maybe he did, and my mom used a rifle. I don't remember. Oh, wait, didn't they? That's right, because I guess they didn't, like, take a honeymoon right away, like most people do. I guess they waited a while, because I was born a year after they were married. And I was little, and because they had to drop me off at my grandma's house to stay for like a week while they went to Canada. And now I've been to Canada too. Full circle. And I really don't want to fix my passport because this is like a temporary passport. It's only good for 1 year. I still do not understand the logic behind that. We don't have all your documents, so we'll just give you a passport so you can go and do whatever you're going to do right now. But, in a year, you can't do it again. But I still have my freaking stamp from Winnipeg. Can't really see it very good, but to get that, where's it at? Does it say anything? This passport is a reissue, which is funny because it's not I guess it is a reissue. Issued on March 29th, 2019. His passport expires on April 14th, 2020. And then it'll be a 10-year passport. But when I send it back in, I lose my stamp. So it's like I never went to Canada. So probably should just reapply for a new one. Just make them send me a new one. I guess they'll send me a new one, but they just take that one back. I have to send them that and my birth certificate. Because I sent them my birth certificate. If anybody doesn't know my passport issues, I had so many passport issues, it wasn't even funny. They screwed up my passport so freaking much. They decided to go ahead and spell my name wrong. So, and then they sent it out before I found out. Because if I would have found out while they still had it, it would have been no big deal. And they'd be like, oh, well, let me just fix this typing, the spelling here. But because it already got shipped, they had to do like some back hold on it and everything. And then they already shipped it to me. So they shipped me another envelope so I could, as soon as it got here, I could throw it back and send it back to them. And then it got back to them and they didn't think it was a priority. So they didn't do anything for a while. And then I finally got them to start working on it. Or wait, no, I was supposed to send it back, but it got lost in the mail. And then they didn't know where it was. And then they said the package was damaged in shipping. So they just did a return to sender kind of thing. And that's where it got there. And they said they got it. And then they just didn't do anything for like a week. And then I finally got the stuff going again. And then they said the new guy that is processing your passport doesn't like the birth certificate that you sent in. He wants the long form. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, I'm in North Carolina. I got to like call up Pennsylvania and say, send me a birth certificate from when I was born, like a long time ago there. But the nice lady I talked to ended up giving me this temporary passport. And, I got my long form birth certificate, but like I said, I don't want to send them back because then I lose my stamp. I mean, I could take a picture of it, I guess, but that's not the same. I'm almost tempted to just let it expire and then just reapply for a new. No, I shouldn't do that because as it stands right now, they owe me a real passport. I just have to show them the documents. Otherwise, I can't remember how many hundreds of dollars I have wrapped up in just getting that passport. At last count, it was like $250 or $300 just to get my passport. I had to go get my picture taken. That cost money. I had to apply for it. That cost money. And then I had to pay for like every single agency that went through and background checks and ugh. But wasn't worried about the background checks. Because my job, and I got it, I had NSA and FBI background checks. Which is kind of weird. I was like, I wonder if I should be nervous about this. And then I was thinking about it. I'm like, I haven't done anything. What the hell do I care? What are you going to get me for? Like riding around on my lawnmower with a beer? I've done that. Apparently that's against the law. I didn't know that driving on your own property while consuming your own property was against the law, but okay. You know, because I thought like DUI was because you're in public endangering the public while you're drunk. But if you're on your own property and you're just driving around, because oh my God, I wish I would have, if I'd have been more YouTube savvy back in the day, man, because one of my favorite things to do, my brother-in-law, I have a quad, but he got one of those racing quads. It was like I think it was a 220, but it was a 2-wheel drive racing quad. And that thing was fast. And, one of the things I love to do, man, especially like when they would go on vacation and stuff, is he would let me drive it anyway. But one of my favorite things to do whenever he would go on vacation was just drive around my yard as fast as I can after a bunch of cans. And oh my God, man, I should have got some of that on film. That would have been great. I mean, like drifting around trees and stuff like that. There was one time I remember I flipped it up on two wheels. Well, I used to do that all the time. I love that, man. I can't do it good with my quad, but with his quad, you just like jerk the wheel to the right and then back to the left real quick, and you can jump that sucker up on two wheels and ride it around the like half the yard on two wheels. And I was really, really good at doing that. I used to be so good that I would be able to time it like perfectly. I'd like go between trees and stuff like that on two wheels, and I was really good at that. But my quad, I suck because it's two-wheel drive, but it's like it's got all the bulky gear and everything on it, which I do that on my quad too. But with his quad, it was so much faster. And back then, we thought it was a great idea to make a yard. And since I live on a sandbar, the yard was mostly sand. So my cousin was doing a job across the bridge, and they needed to get rid of dirt. It really wasn't very good dirt. It was just, I guess it was dirt. It wasn't soil. And we were like, yeah, bring some over here. So he brought 2 dump trucks over here and dumped them in our front yard. And we started spreading it out. And after months and months, it was just such a pain to like get the wheelbarrow out and like try to move it. And we all agreed, like, we need a Bobcat. Like, there's no way we're going to get this done like in 20 years if we keep doing it this way. But in the meantime, my brother-in-law got his fast quad. So we made a giant ramp in the front off of that dirt pile. I'm talking, that thing was like 5 feet tall. So we would just floor it as fast as we could go and hit that like 5, maybe it was 6 feet, but it was like 5. We'll just call it 5. Well, the good jump was probably like 4 feet. But there was another one that was even higher, because we would just like challenge each other. We'd all be jumping over one area, and then somebody would be like, well, I bet you can't go up there and go off the big part. And then we'd start doing that next. But I had that thing. I would jump the entire, like there was the dirt pile was on one side of the driveway. I got a circle driveway, and then it goes out. I would jump the entire circle driveway and land almost in the neighbor's yard. That was fun, man. I forgot all about that. But then one day we got a Bobcat and we actually moved the dirt. And after probably a year and a half of trying to move it by hand with a wheelbarrow and a shovel, we gave up on it. And no joke, we rented a Bobcat for an entire day because we're like, that's probably going to take a while. And no joke, we had it done in like an hour and a half. And then I took it into the back and I tried to make one of the swamps deeper, and then I got the Bobcat stuck in the swamp. That was a pain to get out too. I had that sucker completely sunk. Like the mud was on top of the tracks. That's how deep it was. Anyway, who's still hanging out there? Somebody's out there. And again, if anybody wants in, just let me know. I'll send you the link. I just didn't do it beforehand because I just thought, screw it. Start the live. Anybody wants to come in, they can come in. So, man, all this reminiscing. I forgot about that quad. I just remember one night, I think it was, no. It wasn't. I thought it was my sister's honeymoon, but no, it was, they just decided to go, I think it was to, what the hell is this place called? Zoom. What the heck? Oh, Cabo San Lucas. There you go. See, this is why I keep a map on my desktop at all times. I just like being able to know cities and stuff like that. They went to Cabo, and I remember that night, one of the nights that they were in Cabo specifically, I was freaking hammered, man. And I was just doing, I just like made a track on the back hill, like fall down off the side, drive around, come back up over the hill, go around this one tree, dodge the other tree, go back, or no, then I guess it would be go back down over the hill, back down to the swamp, go through the swamp, come back out into the front yard, or well, into the backyard, and then keep flying into the front yard, go all the way out to the driveway, like the shared driveway that like 5 of us share, and just like try to drift it right around that driveway, or right onto the driveway, kind of like I do with Grand Theft, and then floor it as fast as I can so I can like try to drift it again to go into the driveway, and then just drive the driveway all the way back into the backyard, and then back up on the hill a different way and go up around the other way, and then just repeat. And I would just do that over and over and over again. Like the neighbors probably thought I was insane because, and it was during nighttime. I wouldn't do it during the day. I would do it in the middle of the night. It'd be like 11 o'clock at night. Well, no, it was probably like 10. Yeah, maybe 10 to 11, sometimes midnight. And I'm just flying around like half hammered, just drifting the quad around a tree and stuff. That was fun. I mean, I still do that with my quad, but it's not as fun because it's got so much weight on it, and I keep so much crap all over it and stuff like that. But it is cool because I put that tachometer on it, so you can. It doesn't work exactly. I think it works, but I think it's giving you. I think the number it tells you is half of, or maybe it's a quarter of what it actually is, because I think I put it on 1 cylinder, and it's for an 8-cylinder vehicle. But it was what I had. So I was like, let's see if I can make it work. I don't care. I just like that when you hit the gas, it moves. And I think that's cool as heck, man. So I just make up my own numbers. I'm like, man, I had that thing buried at like $6,000. I don't know what it was. But I think it's cool. And if you didn't see that video, you should check that video out. It's not that bad. Actually, it just hit 10,000 views the other day. I got a notice from YouTube that said people like your video, and it said, did it say I have 100 likes on it or something? Or no. The last one I had, I think it was 1,000 likes that they told me about. It's only recently YouTube starts telling me about things. Like their notifications have like went away for the longest time. Like my notifications, like when people leave a comment on my video. Now I'm getting like emails from them saying somebody left a comment on your video, and I'm like, what the hell? You haven't emailed me in like 5 years. Why the hell are you just like starting now? But that was one of the things they said. I don't even know how to find that stupid video, because there was a bunch of different videos. There was me trying to put an attack on my quad, and then there was me actually putting attack on my quad, and it was the one actually getting it on there that. Let's just see what the heck pops up. Let's just do RevToes TV TAC. TAC install on ATV question. That was my first one. And then TAC install on Honda 4Trax 300 was my second one. April 4th, 2016. Let's see how many views it's got. Oh, it doesn't have that many views. It's got 2,953 views. Why do you think it just said 10,000? Who the hell hit 10,000 then? Maybe it's the other one. Nah, it can't be the other one. Nobody liked that video. 7,000 views. Jesus, man. Maybe they did like that video. This is great. I'm installing a tachometer on my quad, and you can see my custom cup holder and my beer in the video while I'm making this video. Oh, that's great. I don't want to give myself a view. Oh, I was about to say my views are my videos are top linked because I put RevToes TV in it. If you type in 3-sided LED, my videos should be number 1. Oh, into Google, I mean, not into YouTube. I mean Google. That still to this day boggles my mind. Let's see if it still is. 3-sided LED. Bang! Number 1 link. That's probably one of my greatest YouTube accomplishments right there. A number 1 link on a Google search. And it's my video is number 1. There's 3 videos there. Well, there's even more if you keep scrolling, but there's 3 videos. Dude, where I got my LED lights from is number 3. That's hilarious. They got in contact with me and asked me if I wanted free stuff because they saw my video and how many views it had and how many likes it had and all that stuff. And I was like, sure, send me stuff. And they never got back to me. That's so crazy. I can't believe I'm still #1. Wonder how many video views that sucker's got. 21,000. No, but that can't be it either. 385 thumbs up. That's hilarious. 11 thumbs down on this video. Yet if you go through the comments, there's not one person that doesn't like the video in the comments. Like, this is the weirdest thing. I've made videos and I've had like death threats on videos. I've had the craziest comments out of like anybody I know. Well, not everybody I know, but crazy comments. This is the only video I've ever made out of like 1,200 videos or something like that. Maybe it's even higher than that. That it overwhelmingly, every single comment was positive. Every single one. There's no like, you suck, you fag, like nothing like that. Every single one. Look, thank you very much for this. Glad someone made a video explaining this. Thanks a million. Was wondering where the high beam goes. Now I can adjust my headlights. You saved my ass. You helped more than people, or you have helped more people than you bargained for. Thanks. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Same truck and LED you have. Would have 100% messed this up if not for your video. Redoing mine, installed it wrong. Thanks for the tip. Like every single comment is just positive. I've never seen a video like that before. So if you make a video and help people in some kind of need that they have, they will leave you positive comments. But apparently the people that don't give you positive comments will give you 11 thumbs down. Not that I care. We all know what the thumbs up and thumbs down mean. It has nothing to do with whether you like it or not. It has everything to do with whether you want that kind of information in your feed again. So if you say thumbs down, you mean no. So therefore, you shouldn't get videos like mine anymore. So technically, you should go away. But yeah, and then I got in contact with another company that wanted me to test out headlights too. Because this was right after I did all of my headlights. And I was like, well, I guess my sister could need headlights. So I called her up and I was like, hey, do you want brand new lights the entire way around LED instead of like the stock ones? And she was like, all right, I don't care if I don't have to pay for it. And I was like, okay. So I called him back and I was like, or I wrote him back and I said, yeah. I got a, whatever the hell it was, like a 2014 or 2013 Jeep Wrangler, you know, send me whatever kind of light bulbs you want. And they never got back to me either. Although I haven't got them in a long time. Or no, I did get one a little bit ago. That's right, because I got my email. But they used to do it on the messages on YouTube. You would get, what were they called? Like recruiters or something like that. Like I had to message JT Bear one time because I knew he had a lot more subscribers than me. So he probably went through this before me. I wrote him one day. I'm like, dude, have you ever gotten like one of these recruiters? And he's like, yeah, stay away from them. Don't do it. All they do is like, they take the rights to your videos. You're under contract to make so many videos. They steal the rights to your videos and they give you a percentage of what you would have made under the guise of, we'll advertise for you and get you out to more people. And so I've never taken up one of those companies, even though I've probably got 20, 25 invites from them over the years. Because that was when I first started going live, that was one of the things I was trying to get out there to people. Like, don't do it. Like, I know people that have done it and they regretted it. Like, they don't own their own content. They own the content for a certain amount of years. You're under contract. You have to make so many videos per year. Heck with that. Just hustle yourself, man. Love you too, Beth. What's up, Chad? That totally missed that comment from Matt. That's great. Oh, shoot. I missed Cobra's comment, too. Yeah, if you do, well, you don't need a can to join, but if you have a can, it makes it better. But if you do want to join, just let me know. Same with you, Chad. How you been doing, man? JDS is still here. Sweet. Same with you, JDS. If you want in, I'll send you a link. I just throw the dang link in the chat like some people I live stream with, but that doesn't go well sometimes. Was it Kyle's live stream the other day? He didn't put it in the chat, but he just gave the wrong person the link, and then all of a sudden, like, they came in and kicked everybody out of the live stream, and then shut down the live stream. And then that happened with me like 2, 3, 4 weeks ago with Loner, because she was putting it right in the chat. She was just like, "Hey, here it is, right in the chat if you want to join." And somebody did the same thing. That's hilarious. Yeah, usually there's an access port for your lights. Although I have seen some vehicles where you can't. Like, you literally have to pull, I think it's like a Ford F-250 or something, and something else. You just got to pull the entire daggone thing out. And they're gigantic. Like, the one Ford I'm talking about, that light was like this big. It was a headlight, and it was like this big. It was gigantic. My truck isn't. You can just twist them right out, pop them right out. I think the driver's side, because the battery's there, I think that one's a little tight. Oh yeah, when I replaced all the batteries, when I replaced all the lights in my truck, changed them from regular to what were they? Oh, why am I blanking on this name? Halogen. Whew. I believe they were all halogens, and I made them go all the LEDs. I found out because, like, in North Carolina, like, all your lights have to work to pass inspection and stuff like that. Like, I forget. Like, New York, I know, like, you can't have your trouble light on, or like the mechanics call it the money light. That can't be on in New York for you to pass inspection, because one of the mechanics I watch is in New York and he tells about it all the time. But in North Carolina, I got my airbag light on and they passed me. Like, I got my airbag light on. Last year I had my engine light on. My money light was on. But you got to have every single light bulb, and they check for it too. So I went around and started changing light bulbs, and that's when I realized, like, below my headlights, there's like a running light. And those lights have been burned out since I bought the truck, and I passed inspection every single year. I guess nobody thought it was an actual light. They just thought it was just like a reflector or something. And then when I was changing LEDs, I was like, wait a minute, there's another light bulb down here. And I took it out. I had no clue it was even a marker light. And it has marker lights. That's the weird thing, because it's got the main headlight, and then it's got a marker light to the side. Then it has another marker light underneath, and it was the underneath one that was burned out. Because if it was the other one, you would have been able to see the light bulb in there and know that it was burned out. That's cool, Chad. Just woke up. I don't think they were HID. Or is HID halogen? I don't know. I think they were stock bulbs for an 06 Dodge Ram, so whatever those are. I can look that up too. Yes, I'm typing with one finger. Or wait, oops. Let's see, what do they say? How about that? It's not in any of the information. What the hell? Here, AutoZone. What do they say? They don't even say. So yeah, I guess they were HID. I don't know, but I got extras. And they're cheap too, by the way. So if anybody thinks like, oh, that might be kind of cool to change my lights over to LED, and by cheap, I mean everything except for the headlights. Like turn signals, marker lights, my cabin lights, my brake lights, my backup lights, all of those super, super cheap. So cheap that I have extras of all the bulbs. Just because I was like, what, that many for, or that much for or for two of them, or I could get four for half the price of, what it is to get two. No brainer there. So, but those, yeah. So you might want to think about your headlights because they were expensive. Mine were like 50 bucks. And then I had to pay another 20 or 25 bucks for the converter dealie. Because it's set up for, I think, halogen. Is that what the hell it is? I don't know. Whatever it's set up for, the voltage difference between that and LED is so great that you need like a transformer type box. And you got to, but the cool thing is you just plug it in. So you just plug it like where your light would plug in. You just plug the, or wait, where do I do that? Somewhere. Where the heck was it? No, I guess there's like a connector. You just unplug the connector, you plug the new one in and plug it into the back of the headlight, and bang, it works. Oh yeah, I got videos about that too, about how I put the lights in and they didn't work. They would flicker and stuff because they didn't have that thing. And then I got one and I installed it and drove it, and the dang thing wouldn't work because I got a bad box, one of those little boxes. So I called up the company and was like, what the heck, man, you sent me a bad box. And they were like, we'll have another one out there in a couple days. That one worked. Yes, and that is exactly why I got them, Rob, because those lights are already blinding me at night. Why not have me have good vision, good light, and blind somebody else too? What the heck? So that was my reasoning behind getting them. I was like, heck with it, man. Like, I can do that too. And they are so much brighter. Like, so much brighter. Like, my headlights are kind of starting to fog up and stuff on there. So I was looking into, I don't know, I might just fix them. But I was, because you can buy that kit for like, what, 20 bucks or whatever. And it comes with like all the different sandpaper and whatever kind of liquid you're supposed to use while you're sanding it and blah, blah, blah. And I think it's from like 3M or something like that. I don't know. But I was thinking about just going ahead and just replacing the entire headlight, just get something new. Because mine have like, my truck used to be like white. It's all white, but it had like chrome bumpers and chrome grill, and I painted them all black. So now they're all black, but dang, what the hell was I just saying? Oh, behind the headlights is like reflective silver, like almost chrome. And I was thinking about getting like ones that instead of the chrome in the background, it has black instead. That way it matches the rest of the truck. That way it keeps the black and white type part of the truck, but I don't know. And then I thought about like down the side, like the bottom strip of like the whole side of the vehicle, just painting that all black, just making it like two-tone type looking. And by painted, I mean with Plasti Dip. That way I can peel it off if I don't like it. And another thing I was thinking about was either paint the entire hood black, not the side bumpers or anything, but just the hood itself. And then I thought, well, screw that. Maybe I should just do like a racing stripe right up the hood and then over the windshield and then down the back a little bit. I think I might do that. But every time I get that idea and I'm like, I should do that. I should do it right now. It's always summertime. And then I'm like, well, I don't want to add extra heat under the hood. And because that's my whole reasoning for not painting the entire hood black, or else I probably would have done that already. And if I did the hood, I'd probably do the roof. Holy crap. didn't pay that much for everything, every single bulb in my entire truck. I paid, like I said, I paid like 50 plus like 25, I think. So there's $75 just for the headlights to work. And then the rest of the bulbs, I got extras. I don't think I was in it for $100. It wasn't very much money at all. Let me see, it's here. Ooh, I think my can's almost broken too. There we go. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe keep looking. I got my headlights from Alla, ALLA lighting. No problem, Rev. Or no problem, Pat.
What's going on?
What's up, Beth?
Come on.
Not too much. Another night, another live.
Yeah. Where's everybody at tonight?
I think we went a little too hard last night.
Yeah.
We're definitely going pretty hard.
Yeah, I know I did.
Ugh.
Yeah, we're just been kicking back tonight. We had a good thunderstorm come through again.
Oh, nice.
But dude, it was like the other day we were supposed to have had a 20% chance of rain. All that 20%, we ended up getting about 4 inches of rain in like 2 hours. Yeah, and with a bunch of wind. It was the same storm that blew through Chicago where Robert Scholar and all it headed south and hit me. The time it got to Kentucky and Tennessee, it just totally disappeared almost.
Damn. Here. Not yet.
That's why it's been here, man. It's been monsoon season, like I lived in the Philippines or somewhere in the jungle areas.
That's weird because we're in a drought.
Yeah, and I get monsoon season.
Yeah, we've barely had any rain.
Yeah, I saw that. It's weird how this it's weird. It's like Texas and stuff getting hit with a lot of rain. Then it like moves up, then goes through like Arkansas and Missouri and Illinois and all in Indiana and all through there. Has been getting hammered. Kansas, like pretty much the Midwest South.
Yep. See, I got my Google Maps up right here. I know exactly where you're talking about.
Yeah, like Wisconsin, they've been getting hammered. That's where that storm that we got hit with come from, because I'm friends with them. Their Boar's Homestead on YouTube, Boar's West Cove, and they got hammered and wasn't but a few hours after they posted it, I got hammered. Them showing a video of it, and I was like, I just got hammered with the same storm that you just got hammered with.
It was working like that for a while. Like every time Charles would get something, next thing you know, it would like go up and hit Bloomberg, and then it would move over and hit me. And it was happening for a long time. But then lately, Bloomberg's like, yeah, we just got a bunch of rain. I'm like, oh, sweet, we're going to get rain in a couple days. And then like a couple days later, I'm like, where the hell's this damn rain at, man? We didn't get any rain.
It wasn't that horrible, though.
What, tonight? No. Tonight's rain, but the other night's rain was vicious with all the wind.
Oh, yeah. Tonight was just a lot of thunder, and there wasn't much rain.
Well, not much rain, not much of anything, but we did get a decent little shower. But it wasn't nothing what it was the other night with the winds coming through and just pour. I mean, I'm talking about coming down quick. I mean, we had probably 2 inches of rain in a half hour, dude. My whole yard within minutes was flooded. I mean, it was like somebody dumped buckets at a time.
When I first built my greenhouse, dog's over here having a puppy drink. But when I first built my greenhouse, it was like 2 weeks after I built it, or no, it was like a month after I built it. We got such a monsoon downpour that the weight of the rain just collapsed the entire back end of the greenhouse, broke like all the pipes and everything. Pipes were sticking through the plastic and everything, popped holes in the roof. Oh, it was bad. Well, it started sagging at first, and the best solution I could come up with to get the water off, because there was so much water on there, was just go from the inside and just stab it. And just let the water just roll out. But yeah.
The second year we built the greenhouse on top of side of our house, you know, you look out this door right here, there's a greenhouse. The second year we built that, we had such a big snowstorm and it stayed on top because the pitch wasn't enough. Stayed right there on the roof and collapsed it all in.
My stupidity was I put up the hoops the whole way up, but then I put cross members across to like try to keep them together. Well, that just trapped the water and it just collapsed the whole thing. So I went in there and cut out all those cross members. If you ever do like a greenhouse, just do the hoops. That's all you need. Like you don't have to keep them all together or anything like that.
I've watched a lot of different hoop house designs and different builds through the years and different greenhouses. But you know, I've did the greenhouse thing for years. I still prefer just natural climate versus greenhouse.
I just like having like another room that I can go to.
Yeah, that's the way this used to be. Now we just that's a chicken and duck thing. We keep a bunch of leaves and stuff, and that's how we build our compost every year. Was through the chickens and ducks compost and tons of leaves. I mean, we put it through there as thick as I mean, they're up to your knees when you go to walk through the leaves. And they'll turn it by springtime, do this nice, pure, black, perfect compost. You know, a chicken's natural ability is this dig and tilt stuff and turn stuff all the time. So they're turning your compost for you naturally.
Yep.
So you don't need to turn it because the chicken's doing all your work for you. They're pooping on it and they're turning it. So you don't have to do anything. It's a lazy man's compost, really. Then if you really want to get technical, then you add pigs to it.
Yeah.
And they'll really root it up and get it tilled up.
What's up, Sherry? Yeah, Cobra's birthday's coming up.
Yeah, I saw that on Facebook.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty fun. Apparently, we're getting blackout drunk live.
In 11 days. Well, I guess it won't be 11 nowadays. It's be 10 days. Because it's the next day.
That's great.
10 more days.
Yeah, it's the 14th, I think, right? Yeah, July 14th.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I want to tell you guys is King Coleman, my birthday's the 5th. Me and Beth's anniversary's the 9th. My daughter Olivia's birthday's the 11th. And Beth's birthday is the 15th of July. All of us, all that stuff right in a row.
14th, that's a Sunday. So not this Sunday, but the next Sunday. Sunday. Yeah. Sunday. You'll pay for the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge.
My birthday's Friday. I'll be 41. Remember, I'm a few weeks older than you.
Yep. I was going to say next month I'll be 41. Man, feels like I just turned 40.
Shit, I still feel like I'm in my 20s, though. You know what I'm saying? It's like I had to get my driver's license renewed this year, and it had been probably 12 years since I had to go into the license branch to get them renewed and a new picture and stuff done, because you could do them online, but after like every other year you can do it online. You know what I'm saying? But that second following year, you got to go in and get a new picture and stuff. So it had been like 12 years. So I went through a skinny phase, a fat phase, and back to a skinnier phase between two different pictures. So my driver's license never got my 270-pound picture. They got me at 170. Now they got me at 190, but they never did get me at 270.
Nice. That's one thing I like about living here, man. Like our license is good for like 8 years, and not only that, but they'll let you renew twice before you have to go in and get your picture taken. I have a picture of me. I still have hair. Like it's a stupid looking picture.
Oh man, my one picture looks like my first one. I look real young on my driver's license right now, but this next one's I look like a fucking crackhead. The way they make you look, can't have your hat on, and you got to stare at that light and stuff, and you can't smile. Like I was like, man, me on not on meth and me on meth is basically what it looked like.
Yeah, this was issued 2016. So last picture I took was 2008, and this doesn't expire until 2024.
Yeah. See, my last license had me still at 5'10" and 170 pounds. And I bet when I got pulled over and they saw me at 5'10", and I was about 270 pounds, they was like, is this the right dude? When people would card me when I gained 100 pounds, everybody would look at me like, is this the same dude?
Yeah, mine still says that I have brown hair. That might be true. I don't know. Blue eyes. They're green now. And it says I'm 5'9" when I'm like 5'10", or I'm not 6 feet, but I'm like 5'10", 5'10 and a half or something.
I was 5'10" forever, and now I'm like 5'9" and a half because I guess my surgeries. I'm taking out my hips. Made me shorter and replaced them with some new ones.
What's up, Freaky?
Hi, Freaky. I haven't seen you around for a while. I don't get to chat up, but I'll say hi to you.
I just saw Freaky. Yeah, Freaky was just in one of my Grand Theft Auto live stream.
Nice.
Yeah. Love it. That's hilarious, Cobra. It's going to be pay-per-view. $8.99. Unless you bring cans, then it's free. Wait, bring you cans or bring like cans for me? I bet either way works. What's up, Sal?
Sal, where you at tonight? You usually on here.
Wait, did you forget a 1 on there, Cobra? Your license says 6'5", 47 pounds.
Where's King Cobra and Sal? They need to get on here. They got a link.
Nobody said they wanted to hop on. Cobra said he was out of cans. I told him he could come on without cans, but that's a good point. What if they show up with empty cans? Oh, I can actually feel the AC right now. All day long, I've been so hot. Maybe that's because I was drinking too much last night. All day, I've been like, I need to turn the AC down a couple more degrees, and I would. And I'm like, I need to turn the AC down a couple more degrees. It's not until just now where I'm like, I think I'm getting a little bit of air.
It's been so hot and humid here because of all the rain we had, and it'd be like in the 90s. And it just feels like you walk out and it feels like it's biting it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, I ain't going to go out and do nothing in this shit. It's like I got tons of weeds that's popping up in my garden like crazy. It's like, dude, I don't feel like being out there. I'm at the point, I'm like, fuck it, let the weeds. My shit's big enough now that the weeds pop up that I'm going to get my harvest whether they come up or not now.
Yeah, well, I just got my, probably said this, I don't know, 15 times already in the last like 27 live streams I've been in for the last 24 hours. But I just got my AC fixed. I've had the windows open forever.
Yeah, I remember you're a fan.
It was like 90 degrees in here, man. That one day it pretended to rain for 10 minutes and it dropped the temperature outside. And then the temperature in here went from 90 to 82. And I was like, heck yeah, it's like air conditioning. And then, but no, the dude came yesterday, and I don't know if you heard this story, but it just keeps cracking me up. So the guy comes here on Saturday, and he's like, he comes, and apparently he didn't like my dog. I had the front door open, and the dog came to the front door and was barking at him. So he just got in the truck and left. So when he calls me, he's like, hey, man, like I've been bit by a bunch of dogs, and, you know, I don't trust dogs. So if you don't mind, just throw them in the, you know, lock them up or something. I'm like, no, it's no big deal. Like, my dog's a big baby. She loves everybody. It's not that big of a deal. He's like, yeah, I've heard that from a lot of people. And then I got bit, and I got like tons of scars, and I got to get the tetanus shot every time. I'm like, all right. I'll keep the dog in the house. Like, if you need to come in the house for some reason, which he didn't, which he shouldn't have, and he didn't, I'll lock the dog in my bedroom. And he's like, okay, cool, sweet. I'm like, okay. Guy shows up. I go to outside to greet him, and the freaking dog just bolts right out the door and like runs right at the guy and just like gave him a heart attack. Just ran right up and like sat down next to him and was like wagging her tail, like, you gonna pet me? You gonna pet me? He's like, okay, so you were right about your dog, but you know, I have been bit. I'm like, dude, I am so sorry, man. Like, I did not, like, that was the first time my dog ever beat me out of the house. And of course, it had to happen when that guy comes.
Yeah, that's the embarrassing part about it, because you're saying how good and how you're gonna keep it locked up and stuff, and it happens. Yeah, I've been there. It's like my labs. I kid you not, they're gentle giants. But boy, if somebody pulls in my driveway, they let us know.
Oh yeah,
they won't let them get out the car. They won't let them get out the car, especially if they don't know them.
Oh yeah,
and they're gentle giants. I mean, my labs are good. You know what? I live out here. I got one neighbor. I think it keeps me from getting fucking robbed like no other with these dogs here. Is my protection, my alarm system is my lab dogs.
Yep. Oh, same with me. I mean, I got cameras and stuff here too, but I don't rely on the cameras. I rely on the dog. Dog will let me know every time I need to look at the camera.
Yeah. See, my dogs, they won't let strangers pull in. I thought one of them one time when a cop showed up was going to get shot. Oh, they didn't like him. They didn't like that cop for some reason, and it scared me. I was like,
my dog will act like she does not like everybody. Like, she will bark her butt off when my parents pull up. And the second they walk in the door, she's just like wagging her tail, like, oh, sweet, finally, you heard me calling for you. Like, you showed up.
Yeah, our car, that's Beth was saying, our dogs know the car sounds of different, like my dad's vehicle, or her mom's vehicle, or my mom's vehicle, which it fucks them up when my mom comes up because she's got a Prius. They don't make no noise.
Oh, yeah. My dog knows my truck and the sound of my truck, and she does not bark when I get home. Anybody else pulls up in my driveway, she barks her head off. But with me, I just realized this the other day. I'm like, wait a minute. She's never been barking when I pull up. Like, she knows when I pull up, and she just sits there. Like, she'll whine, but she does not bark like she does at everybody else that pulls up. Like, she'll just sit there in the window and just bark right at somebody. Like, get the hell out of here, or come in and give me doggy treats.
Yeah, like I'll know a few minutes ahead of time when Beth's coming down the road because my dogs get excited and already let us know because they hear it. We got a V8, you know, in our Beth drives our SS Impala with the V8 in it, and it's loud, so they know a half a mile down the road that Beth's coming, and they're already excited.
They're waiting by the road.
Yeah, they're waiting by the road, and they're waiting at the door, and we're already like, oh, mom's getting ready to come home. Because the dogs are letting us know like way in advance because they hear it.
Yeah, I got a V8 and I got dual exhaust on my truck. So, and it's like one of the smallest muffler. Well, I thought about ripping it off and putting the smallest muffler that you can get on there, or just keeping it straight pipe.
See, I like a muffler. I like a Flowmaster muffler because I used to be into cars and racing, but I can't afford it now with kids and stuff. But a Flowmaster's got that nice deep tone. Do you know what I'm talking about?
That's what I got. I got a Flowmaster Series 40, I think, or maybe it's 50.
40 and they had a 40 series and a 50 series. I can't remember the rest, but I remember the 40 and 50 series.
If if they have a 30 and that's the smallest one that they've got, then I've got a 40. But if 40 is the smallest they got, I got a 50. Or no, I got Series 44. That's what I have. I have Series 44, but there is a smaller one. Maybe it's Series 40 or I can't remember. But literally my exhaust, I cut off like 3 mufflers off of my entire truck, and that was all on a single line. They had like one muffler was this big. One muffler was, I think it was like,
gigantic. I know what you're talking about.
I think it was like 6 feet or something like that. Like it was almost as tall as I am. And then there was another one. I think it was another small one. But
I know what you're talking about, though. Because, see, like my brother, he owns an automotive shop. And that's what he does for a living is restore classic cars and work on, well, they got work on regular stuff too. But his main love is restoring classic cars. Right now he's doing a Volkswagen bus.
I've wanted to do so many different things with vehicles. Like that's one thing I wish I could like get the views on all my automotive stuff up, like to actually get sponsored by some companies, because there's so many things I want to do that there's no way I can afford.
I try to get my brother to start making videos. It's what he gets in his garage and the people that come is amazing, dude. Everybody be shocked at all the classic cars, the people that he knows, is friends with, that come in there to have him tune something up or do something, or just buddies just coming by and showing, because he's in the hot rod scene. You know what I'm saying? He redid his, he's like, he went to 2 shows. They had one in Linton and Sullivan, which is by car shows this week with his Chevelle, 66 Chevelle that he's redone.
Nice. 66 Chevelle. That's a good car right there.
But, you know, it's got the aftermarket Corvette engine with the Corvette manual 6-speed in it and all the digital data. He did it all with the new technology with the old car.
Oh, that's the kind of stuff he does?
For himself, that's what he did. Because why would you want an old gas guzzler when he can get a new motor that does twice as much power and gets twice as good as gas mileage? Because he bought a aftermarket crate motor. It cost him about 10 grand. Then he put a supercharger on it.
Jeez, that's another 8 grand.
Yeah. And then he got the 6-speed manual transmission like the Corvette has. It's basically the Corvette motor and tranny with the supercharged Corvette motor with the 6-speed transmissions. What's in it?
I don't know. Do you know if they still make glass packs? I had one on my Jeep Cherokee. I cut all the exhaust off, just threw the glass pack on and clamped it at one spot, and that was my entire exhaust.
I haven't had a glass pack since the 90s, so I don't know.
Yeah, me neither. I like the way that thing sounds, and it was a 5-speed, which was the greatest way to have dual exhaust. Like, it's great on like a Hemi with an automatic transmission, but I love the way a vehicle sounds when you got dual exhaust or just like a glass pack, a Flowmaster, whatever, but you have the control of the engine by shifting and everything, because you can make that sucker as quiet as you want or as loud as you want. And that's what I like. When you got an automatic, it's as loud as it's gonna be. Like you can baby it, but that's about it. Like you can't, like with a 5-speed, you can just go, just like jump through the gears real quick and quiet, but not with an automatic.
No. And now, back in, this is the 90s when I was into racing and different stuff. I always wondered, man, why don't they build me a 6 and 10-speed automatic, something with a bunch of gears? That way I can use my 411 gears, which is real low geared. And then I still got a highway gears with the overdrives and stuff, and like let's say a 6-speed automatic. I still got that. Instead of running at 4,000 RPMs in third gear, like the old 3-speed trannies, like a 400 or a 350, this is Chevy. That's what I'm familiar with. That instead of running at all those high RPMs, why didn't they ever build trannies that I could shift down and be at pretty much an idle at 60 miles an hour? And that's what I tried to build for. And I actually built a motor for that, a fully roller motor back in the late 90s that was fully rollerized and stuff. And I spent almost $2 grand just on the heads alone and had the motor balanced and stuff. It was wicked. And then it run on pump gas, but it preferred race fuel. And it had the smallest dome pistons that you could get. It was nice. The heads was called Dart Iron Eagles. Look them up. They're expensive.
I think I've heard of Dart. I mean, I've heard of a Dodge Dart, but I'm pretty sure I've heard of Dart headers or heads.
Yeah,
not header.
Dart Iron Eagle heads, man. Look them up. They used to be over $1,000 for a set of heads.
Heads go on top of the cylinder. The headers go onto this header.
Yeah,
the head. Jesus, man,
the header goes onto the heads. Yeah.
But no, that's another one of my projects that I would always have wanted to do. I just don't have the money for it. I want to buy like a Jeep Cherokee and tear the entire engine apart. I want to like take it all the way back, redo everything, like redo the valve springs, redo the push rods and everything like that, gap the rings so that I could put a turbo on it, put it back in there, throw a turbo on there, and have a turbocharged Jeep Cherokee.
Yeah, my brother's got a V8 Jeep Wrangler that he just got done doing.
See, that's another thing I want to do. I want a Wrangler, and I want to like take out the 4.0 and put a V8 in there. Put like an LS.
What the motor that's in my Impala in it? They're 327s, the new 327s, whatever model, LS, whatever they want to call it now.
Yeah,
but you know they're not the same as the 350s and the 305s. They're the motors they put in most trucks and stuff. What they are.
Yeah, see, that's what I would want to do. I want to go to like a junkyard where like a rear end's all messed up, like on a Tahoe, and grab their LS engine out of there, like whatever they got.
That's what he did. A guy come in his shop and didn't want it. It was pretty much it was gone. The truck was rotted out, but the motor was redoable. So he got the truck for next to nothing and pulled the engine out and totally restored, rebuilt it from the ground up. I can send you guys pictures of all this stuff. It's fucking amazing what he can do.
Like you said, you need to have him start his own YouTube channel. He has no idea how many people are into that kind of stuff.
I know. That's what I've been telling him. Just like all these different shows and stuff he goes to. Like he'll go. He's got friends in New York. Where was that at? Buffalo, New York, where they put on one of the biggest car shows there is, and that's where he was there last year. He took my son with him.
What's up,
He like knows all these people all around the world that is into these car clubs and stuff.
Yeah, my uncle's like into car clubs and stuff. He lives in Florida, so he's got like a Carmen Ghia. He's got Stingray. He's got like I think he still has that '86 Corvette. He has, what's the other one he restored? No, it's mainly the Carmen Ghia and the Stingray.
Like
that '86 Corvette, and I think he's got something else. He's got something from 1928 too, and he knows all these people that they all meet together somewhere, like have coffee or whatever, and then just drive to the next place. And like,
my brother's that same way.
Yeah, he'll do like multiple states too. Like he'll start in Florida, end up in like Missouri or some shit like that.
My brother does that same type of shit, dude.
That sounds like fun, man. I would love to do that.
I mean, he makes really good money. To be honest with you guys, I'll tell you the truth. Growing up in school, everybody's like, he wasn't that smart because he isn't LD or whatever, but he was always mechanically inclined. School smarts wasn't his thing, but mechanical stuff was always his thing. He was rebuilding small engine when he was 12 years old. How many kids now can rebuild an engine at 12 years old? Not many, but he had help. He had one of my dad's an uncle and my dad, and they was all teaching him it. I didn't want no part of it. I wasn't into it, but man, he was rebuilding small engines for lawnmowers and shit and motorcycles and four-wheelers at like 12 years old, man. He was just into that. I mean, naturally. Had a gift of it, and that's what he wanted to do all of his life was work on cars and engines. I never had that, only about football and baseball.
All I ever wanted to do in life was go live, and here I am.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, yeah. Making dreams come true, live.
Making dreams come true, one can at a time. It's a new shirt. I'm going to be printing them out, sending them to everyone I talk to on here. Eric, you and your wife will get one. Rev, you're not getting one, but I mean, you can look at them. I'm going to send them to everyone but Rev and Sal, since Sal didn't show up. Cheers. And Sal, if you heard that, get your ass in here.
Sal needs to be in here.
I'm
He
trying
said
to.
he said he made elote, so he's probably eating right now.
Do you have Gumby? I was trying to add her. I can't.
I can
figure out
enter.
a way- Yeah, I can't figure out a way to add her. You need to hit me up on Hangouts, Gumby. Or wait, is Hangouts going away? Is that what they were saying? Oh, the thing went away up top. Now it just tells me
I
I'm.
can add her. I can add her. I'll add her.
Okay.
But like to me, I want to go to my brother's shop and make some YouTube videos. I think people would enjoy that too. And he's wanting me to come over there and do stuff while he's like restoring all these different cars.
Gumby, my laptop just started, so I'm copying the link and I'll send it to you on Hangouts.
I can tell you something pretty cool, Rev, that you'd like. My grandpa, he was a mechanic too. He sent, this is in the 50s, you gotta realize, he sent a bunch of ideas into GM and they used them on their vehicles because he worked for a GM dealership 50s, 60s, 70s. And he sent, you know what he got out of it? And they made millions off his ideas. You know what he got? He got a belt buckle and a hat.
Wait, was it a hat with a belt buckle on it?
No, it was a belt buckle and a hat. That's all he got and saved GM millions of dollars on some ideas.
Dang, you'd think they'd at least like just be like, nah, fine, here's some extra paid days, go on vacation.
No, that's what he got. He got a belt buckle and some hats for his ideas, saved GM millions of dollars that they still use to these days.
Dang.
Gumby, I sent the link on Hangouts. So.
I thought that was pretty cool. You know, how many people you know that's grandpa's is a lot of your cars that you get from GM, a lot of his ideas are on those cars.
Yeah, my grandma
And
worked
get-
at GM for 25 years.
And got a belt buckle and a hat out of the deal. He was pissed.
Bad. Man, my cans keep breaking.
Dude, my grandpa, he was really good at. He was blind in one eye, but man, he could go and build anything that you wanted. It could be like, let's say, a extravagant house or a transmission to a car. He could look at it and build anything. And he only graduated the 6th grade, but he could build anything that you asked him to build.
That's like my grandpa. He was a diesel mechanic forever, and
That's what my grandpa was. That's why he ended up. He worked at the last few years of his working was a diesel mechanic. He worked on timberjacks, all the diesel up for logging, because that was a big industry here in Indiana is logging.
Yeah.
my grandpa worked for Cummins.
So did I.
Yeah, he
That was
worked-
his favorite diesel engine was a Cummins engine, actually.
Yeah, he had like this gigantic, like 3,500 pickup truck with the giant side boxes and compressors and like welders and all kind of stuff. And he was the guy that would go out on the turnpike and like fix the broke down truckers on the side of the road and stuff.
Yeah, my grandpa's favorite engine was Cummins engines. That's why they're awesome. He's told us years ago about Cummins engines. Then the Dodge came out with the Cummins engines and their motors.
Yep.
And I'd heard about those when I was a little kid about him talking. And then here Dodge came out with their engines. And most people didn't even know what it was. That's in Indiana. Cummins is an Indiana company. I didn't know if you knew that or not.
No, I thought they were from Pennsylvania because my grandpa always worked there. And I don't know. I saw their name all over the place. And I just thought like, oh, they must be from around here.
Nope, that's an Indiana company.
Indiana owns every company in the United States. Live.
Yeah, pharmaceutical, maybe. All the head honcho pharmaceutical companies are headquarters here in Indiana, like Eli Lilly's and Pfizer's.
Yeah, so is meth.
Makes you wonder, though, don't it? Yeah, all those Eli Lilly and Pfizer's people probably making it and putting it out there.
When I was like, I don't know, 17, I think I bought my dad's wrecked Jeep Cherokee and I rebuilt it and put a new radiator in it, new front end, like pulled out the frame and everything myself by using a chain and a tree and 4-wheel drive and, like all that kind of stuff. And I put it all back together, and then the transmission went out. I lost fifth and reversed. So I was like, heck with it, man. I'll take this sucker apart. My mom's like, no, you got to wait for your grandfather. He's a diesel mechanic. He can help you with it. I'm like, okay. So I ended up like yanking the transfer case and the transmission out of the truck. I dropped it down, brought it into the garage, separated the transfer case and the transmission, and then he came over like the next day, and I'm like, so what do we do? He's like, I have no clue. I've never worked on a transmission before. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
So I guess I'm on my own.
Transmissions are fucking wild to fucking rebuild, dude. That's
Well, it was a manual, so it was actually pretty easy. It was just a bunch of shifting forks and stuff like bearings.
But
And,
an automatic transmission's a bitch to rebuild with all the bands and stuff in it.
all the clutches, the bands, all those different little places where the fluid has to go through, and like it switches when it goes into this gear, and then it goes through these little orifices, but then it doesn't when it goes into this gear. And yeah, I've watched a bunch of automatic transmissions being rebuilt. I think I could probably do it, but it does look like a pain in the butt. And
My brother can do it. He hates it. That's one of his. He hates them. He likes setting up rear ends on cars. That's one of his main things.
setting up the rear end, like putting it all together and everything, like.
Yeah, like setting up, like let's say you've got a Camaro and you want to put a 4 9-inch rear end in it, and you need it all specced out and stuff. That's what he's good at.
Nice, because that's such a pain in the butt. You got to like tighten it down. Like there's like what crush washers, and they got to be tightened.
All that's just gonna be specced down to microns and shit. That's all confusing to me. I'm not a mechanic, but I know how shit. You can explain shit to me. But when it goes to fucking putting it together and stuff, fuck that. I'm all fucking thumbs. I understand how it works and supposed to do it, but when it comes to putting it together, can't do it.
It's almost like you're better off just buying a whole new rear end and then just putting the whole new rear end under your vehicle instead of trying.
Right, here's my thing. My brother was always this is growing up, he'd always talk me into buying stuff. He'd do all the mechanic works, and I'd just buy the parts. You know what I'm saying? So I was always lucky because I had him that was wanting to experiment and do stuff, and I'd buy the parts, and he'd do all the work and stuff for me.
Heck yeah, and then you get to learn while you watch.
But then again, now that we're older, now that's his business. Don't work that way.
Yeah. I love working on vehicles, but never did it for a living.
I felt rough today, boys. I had a long night.
I did too.
We all did. Shoot.
I don't think I got off any live stream until like 6 o'clock in the morning or something, and I was live.
I got on Bounty, and I was like, man, I gotta go to sleep, guys.
Yeah, I was talking on the phone to a couple of people. I didn't get off till like right around the same time, like 5:30 or so, something like that. And I went through a lot of cans last night. I'll just put it that way.
I bought a case yesterday, and I had that moment when I woke up. I was like, why am I up so late today? And I had that moment where I'm like, oh shit, do I have to go to the store again to buy more cans?
That's
exactly what I did.
That's the exact same thing I did. Like I woke up and I was like, man, I know that I fucking drank a lot. I was like, I didn't even look though, because it was going to piss me off. So I was like, I'm just going to get in the car and do, because it's only like 10 minutes down the road. Like I'm just going to go and get back.
You saw what I had to do. I had to ride a bike down to my Circle K to get my alcohol and stuff like that. So it was hilarious. I must have drank 100 ounces yesterday. I'm ridiculous, dude.
No, 100 ounces, so I drank.
No, literally I had 2 40s of Cobra yesterday and a shitload of
on the King
bottles.
Cobra last night, the big bottles of them, the 40 ounces.
Yeah.
I had 19 natural ice yesterday. So whatever that equates to, 19 times 12. Whatever that is. So a lot. I think that's like 228. So there you go. Cheers.
100 ounces is only 8.3 cans. I totally had double that at least.
Yeah.
Only reason I know it was 19 is because I had 19 left and they were all gone when I woke up. I wasn't messing around, boys, last night.
I started going live. I started playing Grand Theft and drinking cans at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I didn't stop being live until like 6 o'clock this morning.
Well, that's what I think. That's what fucked me is I didn't start drinking until like 5:30 or 6 p.m. my time. So I drank that in like a 12-hour span. So I was like dizzy drunk at the end of the night. I was like, yeah, I need to go to sleep. Like,
Sal's got that good sweet corn over there going on.
Oh,
Yeah.
eating that street corn.
that's
Fucking
the
love this
shit
stuff,
right
man.
there. That shit is
That's
fucking
what they
bomb.
put like mayonnaise and like paprika and
Yep.
different. I'd make that for my kids and stuff.
It's so simple. I mean, I made a couple hundred of those today and sold them for $5 and made a couple $100 doing it. So I'm stoked doing it like that.
Cheers to Sal. Corn on the street live. Fuck yeah.
It's like I raised a lot of sweet corn. I was like, man, I love to go to these festivals where they're selling them for $3 a ear when they're roasting them out on the fire and they're selling
Yeah.
them for $3 an ear. I was like, man, I can make it a fortune.
How do you do that? Do you boil them first, and then like they're actually
Yeah.
cooked, and you
Soak
roast
them in the husk. It's the best way
Mhm.
to do it.
Yep. You soak them in the husk, you let them boil for a while, and then afterwards you take them out, or you can leave the husk on there and you flip them over inside out so you can hold them from the husk. And I charbroil them with a torch, or you can put them on the barbecue. Yeah, and let them do their thing, and then that boil char flavor does your street corn really, really good on the flavor.
Heck yeah, that's why I want it.
And like, another thing is like sweet corn. It as soon as you pick sweet corn, it starts losing its sugars and turns into
Yep.
starches. So the quicker you get your sweet corn from the garden into your house is going to be the best sweet corn that you ever eat.
Yes.
Because instantly, you get sweet corn from the grocery store, their sugars has already turned to starches, and they grow most of what you're getting is super sweet corn from and you're not getting the full effects of what that farmer grow because it's too late to get the goodness out of it. It's already dead. That corn's dead. That ear of corn's dead. It's done lost its stuff. Within a day or two, it's done lost all of its goodness. So if you ever get fresh sweet corn from the garden to your house, it's going to be the best you've ever had, dude. I'm telling you what, it tastes like you eating sugar.
Whoa. Just FYI, the Rev, the V-Bar just opened. I don't know if you want to head there. Or...
I just saw that. I just said
Dinosaur Gumby left too.
That's why I looked because of that, actually.
All right, well,
Is he down in Texas or where's he at?
Cali.
He's in Cali, yeah. Oh, he might be in TJ, dude. No.
Carolina.
No, it's
Yeah.
a edition.
Oh, okay. Because he was saying about going to Tijuana earlier. I was like, oh, damn.
Yeah, I
He
think
was in Tijuana earlier.
I think this is a stop on the way to Tijuana.
Nice.
According to
Yeah,
what
he was
I
meeting-
gathered anyway, but I've been drinking a lot, so.
He was meeting Cynical in San Diego, and then they were going down to Mexico.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. They actually stopped by my old stomping grounds there. I grew up in Point Loma and Ocean Beach, San Diego there, and it's just beautiful there. My kids are there and stuff like that. It's a really cool beach environment to grow up in. I mean, it's paradise there. So he's in heaven right now. And everything's legal there.
I know growing up, see, I got family that lives in California. I've never been personally, but we always heard from my grandma and stuff how beautiful California was and stuff. And my brother was always like, man, I want to go. Can't wait to go there. then he goes there and was disappointed. He's like, man, California's kind of a shithole, dude.
It's a good place to visit, not to live. If you're like already used to your environments and stuff like that, it's a good place to live or a visit, but not to live. But if you grew up there, then it's honestly like a vacation because you have a bunch of tourists coming like all the time. So everything kind of fluctuates. It's never the same. It's one of those situations.
He was so disappointed because he was thinking California's gonna be so clean and nice and be the best place he'd ever been in the world, and he got disappointed. Just we'd always heard these great stories from my grandma, how beautiful California was, you know.
It's getting overpopulated now, and everything's like brand new and new rules and stuff like that. So if you're liking like the old ways and stuff like that, and everything modern and you know how it used to be, you're gonna hate California because it's evolving. It's evolving all the time. I mean, I'm going there back and forth all the time, so it's a situation where I'm at that point where I rather visit than live. To be honest.
I still like to visit California sometime, you know, because I had never been. I'd like to go to Texas, California, Alaska.
I want to go crab fishing in Alaska.
That'd be fun.
I mean, I worked on fishing boats most of my life, so I'm pretty sure I know I can hack working on a crab boat, but I'm just not used to cold temperatures. So you got a person like me who's tropical trying to go to like cold waters, then that's easier said than done.
Yeah. That's like Rev trying to move up to Indiana. He'd be froze all the time because of our weather. I see people that move from California or from the South and move up here, and they're cold all the time. And it'll be pretty warm up here. It's like my cousin's wife. He lived down on the Gulf Coast in Mississippi, and his wife's from Mississippi. She moved up here, and it took her forever to get used to our climate of cold and hot. And it's always hot down there.
Whoa. All right, I'm gonna go and migrate down over there to the B-Bar, guys. So just want to come over here and say hi to Rev and say hi to you guys and go from there. But if you guys are gonna migrate down there, I'll see you guys down there in a little bit.
All right.
Yep.
Later, man.
I'll be there.
Good vibes.
And we was live. Later, everyone.